What's up, beasties? So I was supposed to have a dentist appointment today, and I went to go, and they're like, we moved here in the summer, as you know, and we made appointments for everybody. I've taken the kids, my wife's gone, everything was good. I went to go, and they're like, oh, I don't have you down for an appointment. You're not even in the system. So, that was odd, but they were super nice, and I hate the dentist, so I didn't mind just rescheduling for a different day. So now that I'm out and about, I might as well go check out the library in my hometown, my new hometown that I've been wanting to check out. It's a cool historic library. I'm going to go check it out, get a library card, walk around, look at it all, and record some footage. So you get to come along with me. So come on, let's go check out the library in my hometown. Historic library, might I add. Let's go. The Maundy Memorial Library in Kings Mountain, North Carolina was just a cool historic library that it was so awesome to find out more history about. The more I dug in, the cooler it got. There was a couple that came to the area during the Great Depression and really wanted to start a library in the town, and they kind of moved around and kept building up and trying to get more support for it. And eventually, some people bought the Horde Mansion, this building, which was actually a mansion, a house, and they built it, or they bought it, and they made it become the library, which is so cool. In the 40s it started, and since then it's been renovated and updated and all these things. They added on a children's wing, which is to the left of this area as I'm walking up here. But as you're walking up to it, you can just feel the history. It feels so cool. You look at it, and it just looks like a cool mansion, historic building. Then you get inside. Here I am with my library card. I was pretty excited. I thought the library card was pretty cute. That's what I said right there. But you walk in, and it looks like a house, like a mansion. You've got the stairway upstairs, which right now is being renovated, and they're planning some things for it. But you've got, a staff pick section. You've got new book section, spooky book theme section, and you walk around, and it's just so much character and so charming. You can tell it's segmented in rooms because it is a mansion, a house, and you just walk from room to room, and there's a fiction room, there's a nonfiction room, a mystery room, all these different things, and I just loved walking from room to room. There's sitting areas, charging ports, coffee. It's just such a cool spot. And then I found the YI section with the graphic novels and manga, which I love comics, so it's cool to find that and check all of that out. And then they had this cool spot here for write a veteran a letter for Veterans Day coming up. So I wrote a letter to the veterans, thanking them for their service and telling them about my channel and my family and just how I'm thankful for all they do and all they sacrifice so that my kids can be safe and that I have the freedom to do this awesome work with Bearded Book Beast that I do with all of you. It was an awesome library. I had a great time, and now I can't wait to talk to you about my adventure and show you what I got. Well, that was freaking awesome. I forgot how much I loved libraries, but this one was extra cool. Just so clean and cool set up. The history of it is awesome. I can't wait to explore it more next time and maybe get a little brazen and bold and ask the very nice workers there, one of them, to be interviewed and chat with them about the library and stuff on for the video. But for this one, I just thought that'd be cool. Now, I'm going to get back home and get behind the desk in the Beast Cave, show you everything I got, and tell you some thoughts that are percolating about my next video idea to have to do with the library and just libraries in general, how awesome they are and how it's just really making me think about things. Talk to you in a bit. What's up, beasties? We are back home, and I'm going to tell you all about my trip to the Maundy Memorial Library in my hometown. It is a beautiful place. I absolutely loved it. As you saw in the videos and I talked through, you just walk in, it's got just it's got a historic feel, but it looks very cute and modern, and I loved it. I cannot wait to go back and take my daughter, who's been wanting to go to the library, who she loves to read, but when she's home, she just wants to go on her iPad and talk to her friends and play Roblox and all those things. But I still try to make her read, and she gets bored quick, so I'm hoping seeing this cool library is going to get her pumped again, because it got me pumped. And I got some thoughts I want to talk to you about after, but first, we got to talk about the haul. About what I got. So first, I love when they have this little book page magazine. It's just so cool. It's got all this stuff and all these different kinds of books that are coming out and recommendations. So I'm going to look through this bad boy tonight so that the next time I go back after I read some of this stuff, So many new cool books coming out too that that I want to read. So awesome. Anyway, love to get this. Let me know if you've ever read that before. So anyway, book page. All right. So first, I was so excited. At first I thought, oh, do they not have a YA section with graphic novels and manga? Because I love that section at libraries. The one at my old library was pretty sparse. And this one was much better, had a lot more options, and I can't wait to really dig through it more. I found it at the inn, and I'd already been there a while, and I needed to get back home. So I couldn't, but I found a lot of things, and I'm going to talk about those first. So I only grabbed one manga because I looked through those, and there was some I thought maybe, but I already had gotten so many things. I'm like, let's just get one. So I got The Black Paradox, which is by Junji Ito, who Ito has a lot of horror manga I want to read. I have some of it, and I just remembered I have some of it. I want to read that this month. But anyway, this sounds interesting. These 4 characters are just really just a hot mess, going through a lot, very tortured souls. They're like at the end of their rope, you know, and they're considering terrible things, and they end up meeting each other through this website, and they just go into this horrific other dimension through it, and it just sounds really creepy, and the illustrations are always really crazy in his. So I'm excited to check that out. Let me know if you've heard of that or checked it out. Then I got a few graphic novels. So first, I grabbed 3 that that are popular that I've always wanted to check out. That's what I love the library. You can just check things out. Just get them, hang out, you know, peruse them, see if it's worth it, see if you like it, and then eventually buy things. I've gotten really bad at just buying things when they come out because, ooh, shiny, you know. I've gotten better since I went on this journey of writing and everything. But I have so many books, and it's like so many of these I can just find new homes for and just downsize my library to things that I know for sure I really, really, really am going to read, and things that I love, and eventually just have things on my shelf that I read and loved by going to the library. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. So first, The Adventure Zone by Clint McElroy, and the McElroy brothers, Clint, Griffin, Justin, and Travis. I didn't realize there was 4. I thought there was only 3. But The Adventure Zone has to do with D&D campaign, and they did like all this audio stuff, and they turned it into a graphic novel, and I've always wanted to check it out. So let me know if you've read this, if you think it's cool. I'm excited to try it out. They had the first couple volumes there, so excited about that one. And then Deadly Class, I've always wanted to check it out. I haven't watched the show, but if I like this, I'll definitely watch the show. Now, normally if I saw this at, you know, like a thrift store, or if I was going to buy it, I would be like, oh, I don't want that. It has the TV show cover, because I'm not a big fan of movie and TV show covers on graphic novels or books. But since it's the library, who cares? Because I'm just going to read it. The inside is the actual right illustration. So I've always wanted to check this out. Kind of like it's a school that trains killers, and this homeless kid ends up going there. So I don't know. It sounds cool. So checking that out. And finally, Lore Olympus. Exactly what it says. A lot of the lore of Olympus and Greek gods and all that stuff. And I know there's a romance. Let's see. I think Persephone is the main girl in it. Who is it? Hades? Yes, she meets Hades, and they have a little thing. So I don't know. I always want to check this out. It looked cool. So that's cool. I get to check it out. I don't have to buy it. Just try it out. And then I love to find the indie stuff. So I found this cool cyberpunk one that just has such a cool style to it. It's called Sparks by Ren McDonald. Look at that. It looks so cool. Just like a simple art, but really just beautiful and cool in its own way. And look at that. It's just got such a cool, like, grungy art style. A cyberpunk story, and it's got all the purples and grays. Like, I'm excited to check this one out. I never heard of it. That's what you love about the library too. So definitely going to be talking about this one on the channel. It looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of the artwork, especially when it shows like these scenes like this. It reminds me of the Where's Waldo books. I kind of want to know, like, I don't know, it'd be crazy if this artist was had anything to do with Waldo, but that's just what that reminds me. And I got, of course, I saw this and had to grab it. You know I love Redwall. And they had the graphic novel of Redwall, which I have not checked out yet. So I do want to get this eventually just to have in my collection because I love comics and I love Redwall, but figured I could check it out and read it. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to get me kickstarted because I want to, this next year, every once in a while I want to read a Redwall book and get caught up on the series because I read up to like book 14 or something. I don't know. But that was pretty cool. So that's the graphic novels that I snagged from there. Let's talk about the books. All right, so I only got 4 books. I had quite a stack at first, and then I'm like, chill, baby, chill. Put some back. So I narrowed it down to 4. I got 2 new ones that I really wanted to check out to see if I would like them. And then I got one brand new one that I really wanted to check out. A couple newer ones. One of them a horror one I wanted to check out. And then an older book by an author I really want to check out, especially this series. So let's start with the new book I got. And that is The Gunman Jackson Swagger by Stephen Hunter. A Western. It just sounds really cool. I just have been in the mood for a Western, and this one's not super long. I do want to read Lonesome Dove and some other cool Westerns in 2026 that I've been putting off for a long time. But I thought this would be a fun one. So yeah, I saw it there and I had to get it. Then, one I've been wanting to check out for a long time. I've got Monsters and Mainframes, kind of like Firefly, but in a supernatural, spooky setting. It's kind of like The Devils or Suicide Squad meets Firefly. Like it's this group of monsters, a vampire, a werewolf, like a mummy, a pharaoh, and they are going to go together to take on and take down Dracula, which sounds pretty cool. So I'm excited to read this. I really love this cover and it sounds cool. So I'm like, this is a great way for me to try it out. And if I love it, then I'm definitely going to be getting it because it sounds awesome. And I love the cover. All right, and then I got from Richard Chismar, who is an author that I really want to check out his Boogeyman series, but Memorials. And this has interested me since I heard about it. I really am excited to check this out, especially because it's spooky season. But I've heard that this is really creepy, and it's this group in the 80s. They go to film. Is it the 80s or 70s? 80s. 83. That's when I was born. Spooky. They go to film and do like a documentary on all these roadside memorials and the stories behind them and what happened and stuff. And then, of course, some spooky things start happening to them in the Appalachian Mountains, which are close by me. And it sounds pretty good. Some creepy things start happening to them by the forest and the woods and the mountains. And yeah, it sounds really good. And I've heard it's creepy. And it's got like cool style to it where it has like clippings from like the stories of all of these. And then it's got like their footage part and then the real life part. Like it sounds awesome. A cool experience. Can't wait to read this one. And finally, I've always wanted to check out books by L.E. Modesett Jr. Saga of the Recluse and Imager Portfolio. This is an author that has always been intriguing to me, but I really was excited to check out their Grand Illusion. Book 1 here is Isolate. I love Jeff Brown's artwork. Love all of his covers. One of my favorite cover artists. And I love Felix Ortiz. Another one of my favorites. I love so many of the covers he's done. But I have always loved Chris McGrath's cover art. Grew up reading Jim Butcher's Dresden Files. So anytime I see one of his covers, I'm intrigued. But this just sounds really interesting too. It's Gaslamp political fantasy. You've got this guy here who is an isolate, who are a select few number of people who are immune to empaths. And then because of that, he's been trained to be kind of like the security agent, spy, action hero, cool guy, kind of. And he has a partner who is an empath. And they get pulled into this political espionage thing when they're working a case. And it just sounds so cool. And that cover just gets me. So I really want to get this series eventually and read his other stuff, his older stuff. But like the library, that's the perfect way to do it. which we'll talk about in a second. So there you go. Pretty awesome stack. So you get stuff for a couple weeks. Definitely gonna read all the graphic novels, and then I'm gonna sample all the books and maybe finish some of them. But well, for sure I'll probably finish this because I would like to read like the whole trilogy and get more into their works before I decide to buy them. But the other ones I'm gonna definitely peruse, check out, and see if it's something that I want to get. Or I'm doing what I always do. I should read them and then buy them if they are all-time favorite, because otherwise, like, I don't do that with anything else. I can rent a movie or see it at the movie theater, and I'm like, even if I love it, I don't really go and buy the DVD or whatever, the Blu-ray. I'm old. DVD. It's something about books, man. I just love them. So this made me think I have so many books that I can't even fit them all on my shelves. I have some side stacked behind books. I have some in totes still. I have a bunch of books I'm gonna sell on Pango, and I probably should sell more because there's a lot of books that I was gifted through the years, or that I already had, or that I found when I was on vacations or thrifting, and that I just haven't read and I might not ever read, and I just need to. I already got rid of a lot when I moved, I will say, but the library, especially a cool library like this, like I can get so many books there, and I can just have more space for the books that I read and really love and want to have in my collection, instead of just getting everything that looks and sounds interesting. But covers are just so cool. It's so hard not to just want to have them all, but buying books makes me happy, but so does going to the library. It's kind of the same, except for you don't spend any money. So look for a lot more library content. I'm excited to go back there soon and check it out. My very next video I do involved in the library, probably not till next month at least, because I got a lot of things I got to read this month for the rest of spooky season still. But I'm going to plan my TBR for a week around the library and get a book, a novella or collection or shorter thing, a graphic novel, and a manga, and then read them throughout the week, do a little vloggy thing, and talk to you about it. And I think that will be a lot of fun. But for now, I had an awesome time at the library. Got an awesome haul, and I'm excited to go back again soon, especially with my kids. So let me know last time you went to the library, if you had a fun time, and what your latest library haul was. And yeah. And now I'm excited to go on Libby and Hoopla, because my old library, they weren't super linked in with those, and there wasn't a great selection. But this one is a lot more. At least that's what the very kind librarian told me. So I'm excited to check that out, because, I love audiobooks and ebooks too. I'm a book fiend, and so are you. That rhymed. And I didn't even mean to do it. I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. But I do know, beasties, that I will see you in the next one, and I love you. And until I see you in that next one, devour your TBR, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. Go support your local libraries. I'll see you later. To the... What's it called? I don't know. I'm taking this out. But I love